Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to the Poetry Reading with Feta Brains. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. There's been lots of things happening around. So it's raining, chilling, bombing, everything. But let us continue our journey of reading, and by through this we could just you know discuss the matters. Yes, this is open reading, of course, this month, but this month theme is like love and intimacy. Love and
Namaskar,
intimacy is
Prathanna ji, namaskar.
July's theme. Okay, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining. Without wasting much of your time, let us go across to Mr. Pran Basak to get started with his poem. Mr. Pran Basak, please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Pran G Basak. Hi, Richard. Thank you.
Good evening, Shubha Sandha. I am, you already know, I am a Bangla poet residing in Delhi, New Delhi for last 45 years. My mother tongue is Bengali. So I want to read one Bangla poem here. একদিন অন্যদিন একদিন একদিন করে বহুদিন অনেক দিন এপাশ ওপাশ করা হলো
Mr. Pran, I'm also in Delhi.
Thank you, sir.
And we should meet sometime. I'm in Dwarka.
You are in Dwarka. I am in Dwarka Sector 1, Mahavir Enclave, Bengali.
Please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead with your...
Sector 1 and Sector 5.
Okay, thank you, sir. We will meet one day.
Yeah.
I am now reciting my own Bangla poem. একদিন অন্যদিন একদিন একদিন করে বহুদিন অনেক দিন এপাশ ওপাশ করা হলো খুব কেয়ারফুলি ঘরদোর গোছগাছ করা হলো সময় সময় জানালায় নতুন পর্দা উঠলো আমাদের মাঝে এলো নতুন মুখ মুখরিত হাওয়ায় এলো অন্য সুর কিছুটা জীবন কিছুটা সঞ্চয় সুখ আলমারির সেফ ভোল্টে জমা হয় কিছুটা অন্ধকার আমাদেরই প্রশ্রয়ে একদিন অচেনা মনে হয় জমে ওঠা প্রত্যয় ঘরের কোণে প্রতীক্ষায় অধিকার বোধ রাত কাটে নির্বাক ফেসবুকে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে এপাশ ওপাশ করে নীল আলো অন্বেষণে দেখি ভয়ঙ্কর দূরত্বে সরে আছি একটা আজব আমোক খাত মুখোমুখি আজ ধন্যবাদ থ্যাংক ইউ
बहुत बहुत खूब सर बहुत बहुत खूब बहुत खूब thank you for reading in Bengali and it's a beautiful I could sense that and everybody on the deck so please give a round of applause my dear friends please welcome Alexandra Psaropoulou.
I'm just going to read a short poem. How could I let him grow old alone, his hands wrinkly and slow, doing the daily chores with grinding moves? How could I let him grow old alone, sitting in his garden, picking lemons and oranges, staring at the hollow sunset? How could I let him grow old alone, watching television covered by a blanket on the couch, no female curves beside? How could I let him grow old alone, the man who wounded me heartlessly so many times? How could I let him grow old alone, the man who cared for me heartfully so many times. How could I? Very short.
Very, very short, Alexandra, and this
He's
is,
going to write a short poem.
yeah, how could you present a short poem? We should be, presenting with a graphic thing. So we got used to it. So coming from there, you is something. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. How could she read a short poem? But yes, it is so beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you for joining, and please get welcome, Laxman Rao, Mr. Laxman Rao.
Well, Prasanna ji, thanks a lot for giving me an opportunity now. Okay. Well, like I didn't know, like you are in the love mood. As such, like you came up with the love theme. Is it audible? Okay. So, as such, like I was writing something on these love themes. So here I go, like with one of my poem, like Love Lawn Vagabond. It's like I just want to give you the premise of this poem. Like it's like every lover is like a vagabond sort of person, a wanderer, a vagabond, a lowland, lost in this world. Okay, that sort of a person a lover is all about. So here I go with a sonnet form. I will leave my absence as the mist of thick fog. I will leave my absence as the mist of thick fog, the fragrance of the rain, the wisp of thick forest. I wish to make my presence felt every now and then, but it's better to leave you barren as the desert dune. When I'm not being loved, what's the point to love you? When I'm not being loved, what's the point in loving you? What has love to do when you're not admired or adored? What has love to do when you're not admired or adored? Love is a beautiful feel as a bliss being bestowed with. It would be a nasty dream, a nightmare if you're not. In the sense like if you're not loved. My love, I wish to lose all those feelings that I had felt. My love, I wish to lose all those feelings that I had felt for you and of you, as you don't deserve or do oblige. I have no questionable qualms or remorseful, remorseful regrets that I wish to wander as a lowland vagabond whimsically. That I wish to wander as a lowland vagabond whimsically. Here is the final couplet of the sonnet. When love is not felt, leave your presence sans a word. When love is not felt, leave your presence sans a word, without a word, I'm to say. Your absence is silence. Your absence in silence will speak volume of your verses. Your absence in silence will speak volume of your verses. Thank you.
Undoubtedly, I got that, just a hang of it, sir, when you have put in the themes of the world within. I could
Yeah.
just,
Okay. Oh, okay. Got my book.
I was, when two words meet,
Okay.
I got lost. So you just ordered this book, my dear
No,
friend.
the book is not visible just because of your graphical presentation. Yeah, it's clear now. Thank you for showing my book to the world.
The world within. So,
It's the world within. Yeah.
Joe beautifully have, expressed in sonnet form. I could,
Yeah.
go to that chapter, love and romance or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So beautifully came out. Sonnet and sonetary form is something very good.
I didn't know that you were carrying my book over there, and like I came up with the new love poems here, and it's something like it just turned out. Yeah, good.
Thank you. Really, you should all order it online, my dear friends. Such a profound and presentation that he has presented expressed through his
So it
poetry.
differs from people to people, person to person, and poet to poet. Either they may like it or not like. But yeah, we have to try our best to reach out to most of the poets. That's what I
But
feel.
I believe it is like, when you are writing in a device form or poetic form, it is something very complex, very,
Yeah.
you know, strenuous job. It's a kind of exercise that, you put your
It's like a mental exercise, like you need to have
private and the schema, and so this is they can. So kudos to you on your subject and presentation as well.
also,
Please
thanks.
give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Mr. Laxman Rao with his World Within. So please welcome Miss uh, Shwetha Kumari, Dr. Sweta Kumari.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone present here. The title of my poem is Life of Pilgrimage Without Map. Let me introduce the essence of my poem before I begin. My poem manifests life as a spiritual and philosophical journey without any fixed direction. Drawing on references from poets and philosophers like Rumi, the Lord Buddha, Kabir, Camus, Eliot, and others, the poem reflects on solitude, struggle, and inner transformation and the quest of meaning in life. Again, the title of my poem is Life of Pilgrimage Without Map. Actually, it's a very long poem. However, I would like to recite. Uh, Life is a journey from breath to dust. There is no blueprint, no destination, only a soft price during birth, and silently we go from there. We enter the world with no queries, but we leave behind many stories, many unfinished epics in other memories. Life is no straight path, but a spiral like Dante's descent. Each turn is a trial, each descent is a mirror. We climb like Sisyphus, blindfolded, carrying the burden of meaning, only to realize, like Camus, that rebellion itself may be ecstasy. Each creating steps lead not to certainty, but to windows, brief epiphanies of agonies, love, and wonder. Silence and loneliness, once frightened, becomes a true companion, and pain, like Rilke's angel, commands us to change and transform our lives. What is inner journey? Not a pilgrimage to Makkah or Kailash, not a crossing of geography, but a descent, like Arjuna's soul, into the battlefield, wherein the chariot stops and dharma begins. Life is tapasya of solitude, the stillness beneath the Bodhi tree, where Buddha did not escape the world, but desire itself did. Life is the fire where Kabir dissolved illusion, saying, where do you search for me? I am within you. Life is not becoming someone new, but, as the Sufis say, revealing the beloved within. Life is about letting go of borrowed names masked for so long, and that we forgot our own reflection. Sometimes the journey is fire, sometimes it's acid, sometimes it's walking through yourself to find the one who never left. The mystics know Rumi moved for union, not arrival. He says Siddhartha learned truth is not doctrinated but lived. Meaning lies not in sermons but in the silence between the river streams. To journey inward is to meet the flame that shaped your shadow, to cradle contradictions like children returning home. Life is not in answers, but in living the questions. As Rilke said, be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart. In the end, life whispers like Eliot in the wasteland. Santi, Santi, Santi. Life is not in resolution, but peace in fragmentation. Not what you achieved, but how honestly you walked through fire. How quietly you carried the light you found out it there. That's all. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent illumination. You carry the light,
Thank
loneliness,
you.
solitude, both, go along. So, beautifully expressed. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was
Thank you.
Dr.
And thank you for this opportunity, sir.
Dr. Sweta Kumari. Please give a round of applause and please welcome Miss Swarna. Swarna.
Hi everyone. Good morning from wherever I am. So I wrote a poem about 2 months ago. This is kind of autobiographical, so it's about me. And I don't usually write these, so this was a little bit strange to write. So here goes. I grew up Hindu with all the rituals and practices, memorizing holy words and reciting them back at a moment's notice. I was enchanted by the way the words made my mouth and soul feel, inspired, invigorated, uplifted. Even as a child, even when I didn't know the meaning of the words, I said them with confidence and awe. When I grew up, I was even more moved by the meaning of what I had chanted as a little one. In the scriptures held a roadmap for self-discovery, and I started following the yellow brick road, except that it wasn't Oz at the end pretending to be something he wasn't. It was the Lord himself I became closer to, and he was a delightful father to love, and she was a mother who inspired devotion in me. I enjoyed getting to know all the different gods from the perspective of an adult. Suddenly, all the stories became metaphors for phenomena in life, all the characters symbolic of aspects of the human struggle. The tales I was told as a child became more detailed, and they came alive in front of my eyes, and they became dearer to me than ever before. Hinduism was my golden path, leading me to uncover what I had forgotten in myself, the beauty and power in my heart and soul. It was my antidote to mental illness. It was my rope out of the endless well of darkness. And boy, did I hang on to it like it was all I had. And yet, when someone asks me today if I'm Hindu, I say, not really. I'm a non practicing Hindu because it's been a long time since I practiced meditation, scriptural study, etc. Because it was a colorful part of my childhood and a life changing part of my young adulthood. But it's been over 10 years since I touched a book, though I have kept things with me like little charms on a bracelet. For instance, I introspect whenever something bothers me. I logically dissect what is causing me to feel a certain way. Some things stay, some things do stay. But Hinduism made it comfortable for me to declare myself even a non-Hindu and still feel worthy as a human. And I believe that's what religion should be, a tool to elevate yourself, not a permanent tattoo of identity forced upon you. And if I've learned anything from Hinduism, it's to love all as a part of me. And that is something I will carry through all of my lifetimes until I have become everything and everything has become me.
Brilliant, brilliant. It was an antidote for you, Hinduism and the faith.
Thank
So
you.
beautifully expressed. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. What a philosopher she is. At this engaged. Please give a round of applause. Please welcome Dr. Colonel Gopal Purdhani. Sir, unmute your mic, please. Please unmute.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's okay, sir. Please go ahead.
I'm audible now.
Sir,
I said good evening to Prasanna ji and all other poets, those who have recited their poems and those who are yet to recite. And this is a lovely program being arranged very well by Prasanna ji. And Prasanna ji, I like every time I now recite in Hindustani language, that is mix of Urdu and Hindi. These are 4-liners. रुबाई इसको बोलते हैं या उर्दू में कथा इसको बोलते हैं, हिंदी में चौपाई. I recite कि जब निराश दिख रहे हों, जब निराश दिख रहे हों रात के अंधेरे, आशा का दीप जलाना जो रोशनी बिखेरे, आशा का दीप जलाना जो रोशनी बिखेरे, फिर श्रृंगार कर आएगी, इट्स ए फ्यूचर, ब्यूटीफुल फ्यूचर, फिर श्रृंगार कर आएगी प्यारी उषा रानी, फिर श्रृंगार करके आएगी प्यारी उषा रानी, सुहाना दिन चढ़ेगा लेके सोन सवेरे, जब निराश दिख रहे हों रात के अंधेरे, तो आशा का दीप जलाना जो रोशनी में। दूसरी रुबाई है कि जो इंसान ये कहे कि उसने जो कहा वही सही है, कुछ हैं लोग ऐसा भी अभिमानी, जो इंसान ये कहे कि उसने जो कहा वही सही है, समझो ऐसी बात किसी महामूर्ख ने कही है, समझो ऐसी बात किसी महामूर्ख ने कही है। और जो कहे कि हर काम उसी से शुरू होता है, समझो ऐसा मूर्ख, उस मूर्ख का भी गुरु होता है। जो ये कहे कि हर काम उसी से शुरू होता है, तो समझिए ऐसा मूर्ख, उस मूर्ख का भी गुरु होता है। एक और रुबाई है कि मरने से मैं डरता नहीं, मरने से मैं डरता नहीं, क्योंकि मरना टल सकता नहीं, ना ऐसा काम पकड़ता हूं जो मैं काम कर सकता नहीं। मेरा आसान सा फंडा है, मेरा तरीका बहुत ही आसान है कि अपने हालात को परखो। इन whatever situation you are, you must see, find out about what is the real meaning of that. कि मेरा आसान सा फंडा है कि अपने हालात को परखो, खुद को बदल डालो अगर हालात को बदल नहीं सकते, खुद को बदल डालो अगर हालात बदल नहीं सकता। और एक और छोटी सी रुबाई फिर पेश करता हूँ कि आपकी हल्की सी मुस्कान, आपकी हल्की सी मुस्कान मेरे प्यार की मंजूरी है। मेरी बात सुन के आप मुस्कुरा दिए, उसका मतलब आपकी हल्की सी मुस्कान मेरे प्यार की मंजूरी है। बस हम दोनों में एक नजर की दूरी है। दो दिलों का एक हो जाना इतना आसान होता है प्यार में, मगर दो तरफा सच्चाई जरूरी। प्यार में मगर दो तरफा, दोनों तरफ सच्चाई होनी चाहिए, सच्चाई जरूरी है। और एक दुआ है प्रसन्ना जी आपके लिए कि खुश रहें आप और आपका समस्त परिवार। सबके लिए बोल रहा हूं मैं कि खुश रहें आप और आपका समस्त परिवार। दुआ दे रहा हूं, खुश रहें आप और आपका समस्त परिवार। हर हाल में मिले आपको प्यार का आधार, हर हाल में मिले आपको प्यार का आधार। मेरी दुआ है अंतर दिल से, मेरी दुआ है अंतर दिल से उस सर्वशक्तिमान से, खुद नसीब लोगों में सदा आपका शुमार है। सर्वशक्तिमान सदा आपका शुमार हो। ये है कि मैं दुआ दे रहा हूँ कि आपको भगवान की कृपा से क्या क्या मिलना चाहिए। बहुत बहुत नमस्कार, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद
सर,
प्रसन्ना जी।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर दुआ के लिए, आपकी यूनिवर्सल दुआ फॉर बहुत को। थैंक यू फॉर coming and thank you for sharing your words. Please give a round of applause, my dear.
Wonderful poems, Kanuptani.
Thank you, madam.
You know, you must hang around because I'm going to read in Punjabi today.
Shall I say something in Punjabi?
Thank you, sir. Please welcome Dr. Santosh Bakaya.
Thank you, Roopali madam.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much. I was afraid I would miss this because I was supposed to leave at 7:30. So thank you for this opportunity. And I'm going to read a small poem from my book, Where Are the Lilacs? This was the first book, not the first. This was the first, it was the first book that got published, Where Are the Lilacs? So let me read from this book. It's on page 67. Have they stopped fighting? Can you hear me?
Sir, please go ahead.
Okay. Have they stopped fighting? The weary and the wretched, wounded and woebegone, wordlessly wept. It was hurtling down an abyss, it was said, filling it with dread. Suddenly it spied a group of kids holding hands around a fire, hopping, skipping, jumping, drumming, humming, a continuum of peace. The trees swayed, smilingly strumming. Peace, we want peace. Peace, we want peace. The flowers resounded. Peace ricocheted from the walls of the cave, but silently reigned the silence of the grave. But silently reigned the silence of the grave. The birds picked up the refrain of peace. The birds picked up the refrain of peace. The echo came back, smelling of peace. The echo came back, smelling of peace. A dove on a sun-streaked branch basked, raising its tiny head and asked, have they stopped fighting? Have they? A shrapnel hit the poor deer. It died. It died, breathing the last syllables of peace. Oh, almost. Oh, almost. A tiny boy appeared like a miracle. A tiny boy appeared like a miracle, scooped the dove in his arms, scooped the dove in his arms, revived the dove with his charms and soothing words. The birds started boisterously trilling. Tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them to stop killing, tell them to stop killing. The dove mumbled. The dove mumbled. The wounded dove mumbled. Let's soft be your tread. Let's soft be your tread. Remember, the color of blood is always red. Remember, the color of blood is always red. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Indeed, ma'am, color of the blood is always bad and is very and precious as well. So call for the peace. We strive for the peace. Thank you for
Thank you
presenting.
so much. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for listening to me.
Something very much that need to be discussed. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends, and please welcome Dr. Santosh Bakaya, our mentor, Roopali Sircar Gaur. Thank you.
Good evening, dear friends, and thank you, Prasanna, for inviting me. I'm not going to read my own poem. I'm very sad today because my friend's son, 40-year-old doctor, Dr. Vinayak, died after his long duty in the ICU. He had a heart attack. He was just 41 years old, and I'm grieving for him. My friend, my son's best friend. So I'm going to read a poem from a book called Yade Purani. This book has been published by Lieutenant General Mukesh Sabharwal and by Saber and Quill. And I found this poem in Punjabi. And I thought I'd read it because it's a conversation between a human being, can you hear me? And God. Am I heard?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So this is इंसान और रब इनका एक कॉन्वर्सेशन है माला फेरे आँखा मुंदे करदा जप इंसान मायूस विचारा फिक्रन विच पैके पूछता ए भगवान इट इज इन पंजाबी मंदिर मस्जिद गिरजे गुरुद्वारे क्यों ऐने बनवाए ने तैनू कहंदे जग दे दाता फिर क्यों तीरथ वसाए ने एक बनवाए दूजा तोड़े क्यों झगड़े करवाए ने समझ नहीं आंदा जात पात दे क्यों विखेड़े पाए ने and then God replies धर्म संस्थावन दी लोड़ न मैनू लोका ने आप खड़े कराए ने पंडित मुल्ला ग्रंथी पादरी तुसा ही छोले चोले पाए ने विद्वान ते ज्ञानी करके कोशिश जीवन दा मुल ना समझ सके सहारा लीता कई धर्म दा इन्हें ही रूप बना छड़े अपने मोह माया से मान लई दूजे नू निवान विखा लाई जात मुताबिक तुसा वंद छड़ी इंसानियत किथे गवा तुसी छड़ी लभदा मैनू मारा मारा इमारते दीवारे विच मैं ते वसदा दिल विच तेरे उथे ही जप ले नाम मेरे बंदा बंदा पूछे रबनू ऐ की तेरी माया वे उम्मीदा तू जगाना वे फिर पाए मानू लाना वे. So God and insan talking and wants to know why we have mandirs and temples and churches and masjids when in our heart the Lord resides. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for remembering, and thank you for. I think you could observe 2 minutes, 1 minute of silence for the departed soul who served, during the service. So I think this is a moment to show our empathy or respect towards the.
Were you able to hear me? I mean,
Yes, exactly, ma'am. I think I'm just saying that you could just observe 1 minute of silence.
Okay.
So wherever the soul rests, it will be attaining much of needed peace, and may the burial will be blessed with immense blessings of God. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, and please give a round of applause, Dr. If you could, would you like to share few other things, more details about your friend's son? I could go, ma'am. I mean, you're free to, ma'am. Roopali, ma'am. Yeah. Right. Let us move on to our next poet, Richard Spisak.
Thank you, Prasanna. It's an honor to be here, as always, among these fine international poets. I have a little piece for you that deals with a serious topic, but hopefully with a little grace. This is called A Poet's Honest Heart. I salute you, poets. So many times we're bombarded with should we say, words that are on a mission to sell us or convince us. But poets speak from the heart, and that's so wonderful, so amazing. So I offer you this, a poet's honest heart. Stand with poets. What great distance stretches between the hearts of poets proud when we aim at humor our whispers or when we shout out loud. Wear your proud heart, poet. Wear it right out there on your sleeve. Share your laughter, pathos, merriment, or we'll walk with you in your shadows when you grieve. We'll cast the damned tyrant down when he seeks our inner life to deceive and drown their poisonous water splashes. We'll take our honest waters. The truth will wave above supreme. We stand beside you, poets proud. Lift your voices round. For what are poets' words but visions told, profound, absurd? They fear these poets' words. Honest hearts find them absurd. They'd harness us to sell their wares, cheer us at weary games. They do not like our voices when upon their follies we take our jolly aim. Stand now with these poets as they dissemble lies, but if you're of the liars' camp, you'll never meet our eyes. Thank you, poets, for your truth. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Richard. Stand by the poets, my dear friends, and no noise. Get his book on the Amazon or whatever the platform that is available on. You could reach out to Richard. He presented his book on the platform. You could just watch. It's how beautifully it came out. Thank you, Richard, and thank you for the book and many, many congratulations. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Richard. Please welcome Laura Grevel.
Thank you, Prasanna. It's lovely to be here, and I was starting to get desperate after 15 minutes of trying to get in. But thank you. People helped, and my Zoom just wasn't working, and neither was Messenger, really. So, okay, here. I've got a piece, and I'm coming right up to Rick, and this is written in a Rick style, so it's appropriate. Thank you, Rick. And this is called, well, you know, we have problems in the world in lots of countries, and I don't live in my country of origin, but these are big problems there. Against hate and violence, racism, fascism, crapism is the title of this. So there's some of that humor that Rick manages always to convey. Couldn't they travel and knit, or stay home and bake a cake, decorated as a great knitted lake? Or knit a song, love this, love that, give a kiss, mend a spat? There's visual art as a development of the individual, the modus operandi compositional. So couldn't they paint a giant speckled whale-toothed wombat? Or sculpt a sculpture of a truculent bat starting his yoga? Or Julius Caesar in a purple toga? Couldn't they delve into welcoming culinary as concessionary distributary, like my great-grandmother Ayi to everyone? Hi, lover, can I cook you a steak? Do you like your eggs over easy, your toast plain and free, or buttered and on a plate? Couldn't they garden, plant tomatoes, raise potatoes, seed carrots, breed parrot tulips, get dirt under their fingernails, find therapy in the planet Earth's cosmic, brown-toned parity? Couldn't they train for a marathon, an Ironman, a will, or a way, to bring people together with sports and at play? There's American football, soccer, baseball, volleyball, frisbee, golf, so much more that help people form teams, kick balls, throw discs, and get high from adrenaline and the surge of the crowd, the camaraderie and generosity, the jumping and running and throwing yourself around. Couldn't they pet an animal, adopt a cat, a gnat, a llama that's an expectant mama? Bring it home, give it meals, a place to sleep, pink, purple, soft, and fleece. Petting lowers blood pressure and our stress hormone and cool things not yet known. Petting pets produces a positive mood. And that's best if you want to be kind to those birds in your nest and all the rest. Thank you very much.
Wow, 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 Lara, that's rich style. I could sense the reading as well. I could sense his resemblance. Wonderful. Excellent. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Beautiful, so beautiful. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Please welcome Miss Meena Chauhan.
Good evening, Prasanna, all my dear poets. Good morning also. So, very sorry, Roopali. I don't know Arjun का जो friend है. I don't know I know him or not. Very sorry about him. So, मेरा छोटा सा poem है हिंदी में. मन मन रे भावनाओं से भरे हो तुम. मन रे भावनाओं से भरे हो तुम. कभी रुलाकर हंसाते हो, कभी हंसाकर रुलाते हो. कभी रुलाकर हंसाते हो, कभी हंसाकर रुलाते हो. मन तुम एक समुंदर की तरह हो. कामना की भंवर है जिसमें लालसा की लहरें उमड़ती हैं. महत्वाकांक्षाओं की तीव्र बहाव. सब कुछ पाने के मचलता है. मन रे भावनाओं से भरे हो तुम. मन उदास क्यों हो, मन उदास क्यों हो. पूरी नहीं हुई चाहत इसलिए. जो नहीं मिला वो क्यों नहीं मिला. जो नहीं मिला वो क्यों नहीं मिला. जो मिल गया कैसे मिला. मन रे भावनाओं से भरे हो तुम. बिन किए ही कुछ पाने की, बिन किए ही कुछ पाने की. मन में ललक क्यों है. कर्म है अगर जीवन में तो उदासी की लहर क्यों है. कर्म है अगर जीवन में तो उदासी की लहर क्यों है. मन रे भावनाओं से भरे हो तुम. अपनी रुचियों की क्षमताओं को पहचान करो, पहलाव करो. अपनी रुचियों की क्षमताओं को पहचान करो, पड़ताल करो. मन रे भावनाओं से भरे हो तुम. कर्म ही बंधन, कर्म ही पूजा. कर्म ही बंधन, कर्म ही पूजा. कर्म से बंधा है यह संसार. अगर चाहो मुक्ति इस बंधन से तो कर्म में ही है इसका सार. अगर चाहो मुक्ति इस बंधन से तो कर्म में ही है इसका सार. कर्म की नैया ना हो जीवन में, कर्म की नैया ना हो जीवन में तो कैसे करोगे दरिया पार. मन रे भावनाओं से भरे हो तुम. मन रे भावनाओं से भरे हो तुम. बस छोटी सी कविता.
बहुत बहुत को मन रे भावनाओं से भरे हो तुम. मन रे भावनाओं से भरे हो. बिल्कुल सही बात. Lakshman Rao says, sir, wants to say something. Yes, go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Lakshman ji, go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. In fact, that was a wonderful piece of reciting from Meena Chauhan. Like it was full of manre and dil se, you know, like it was an heartfelt poem from her. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for your recitation.
Thank
Beautiful.
you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you.
Simple,
Thanks.
sweet, and very subtle. So beautiful. Very
Thank you.
lovely. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome my Dr. Sreedharan Parokode. Now we should fix it. No, prefix it. Unmute, sir. Unmute.
Am I audible, Ji?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Old and new. This one. However, I tried to leave the old clothes and enter into new one, but the acquaintance and the intimacy prevents me from leaving them. Experiences made with them do not allow me to do so. I remain in the starting point. Shadows are accompanying. Shadows are accompanying. In Malayalam, I can say four lines. എന്തിനു വന്നുവെന്നറിയാതെ എന്തിനു നമ്മൾ കലഹിക്കുന്നു ഇത്തിരി നേരം കഴിയാനിവിടെ ഒത്തിരി വിവരമിരിക്കുന്നില്ലേ ഇത്തിരി നേരം കഴിയാനിവിടെ ഒത്തിരി വിഭവമിരിക്കുന്നില്ലേ നമുക്കു വേണ്ടതെടുക്കാനായി നല്ലതിനൊപ്പം പോകുക വേണ്ടേ നന്നായി നല്ലതു തിരയുക വേണ്ടേ. Thank you.
Excellent, sir. Shadows are accompanying you.
Yeah. Shadows are
So
only.
it's an experience as you grow old,
Yeah.
and something like that. It is relatable. Very
Rombat,
beautiful.
sir, that was a wonderful recitation, sir.
Yeah.
Your lyrical voice was so much soothing.
Oh,
Rombat Nanaitu.
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Ray Whittaker. Ray,
Good morning, everyone. It is so nice to be here. And I appreciate the possibility of being present to all these international readers. It's always a delight for me. My piece today is indirectly and directly about the events here in my country. And it is called The Second Poem of the Western Skyline. The first poem of the Western Skyline is found in my latest book, but this one is the second poem of the Western Skyline. Think about Russia and that place of deceptions about the Ukrainians, about the West. Think about their indigenous businesses, the filthy, wealthy oligarchs' way of robbing, towing a line from the Putin government, or choosing the tea, or falling out the fifth floor window. It is a dictatorship, one existing in a superpower, a large country with international relations, and one that steals spies from all other countries on its own people. Corruption rampant from the top on down, and how the people live there is hard to fathom. Pyotr was missing his son, gone to fight the Ukrainians for over a year now. He'd stopped hearing from him some months ago. No word, no battle news that could be trusted. All the reports were about amazing victories, with the losses of the Ukrainians tremendous, and very few losses on the Russian side. So why was there no word from his son? There were lines at the grocery stores, shelves not nearly as stocked as they were before. Everything cost more. On his factory income, this hurt. And the drones, the attacking drones. His suburb near southeast Moscow, he could hear them, the air raid sirens too, regular. There were fires and smoke in the sky. Channel 1 Russian news never showed damages, just glossed over the drone attacks, reporting no damages. The Kremlin was just fine. And day before yesterday, a few anti-aircraft bullets landed in the garden, penetrating his roof too. He'd had to patch his roof before the rain came. Pyotr was walking down the street. A protest was showing in the next block. The wives and mothers of sons gone to war, stopping at the end of his block, watching, thinking how dangerous this was. Something not allowed here. Then down the block, police vans arrived, quelling any thoughts he had of joining the other men standing there. Those were the first to get arrested. Resistance seemed to be futile. Batons held by police beat several men to the bloody ground. When some of the women screamed at the police, they were hit. With batons and police clubs, the injured were dragged by their arms into the vans raiding. The crowd dispersed. Peter turned around, left in a hurry, glad to make his escape. Channel 1 Russia made no mention of the actual reason of the protests, just a mention of Mothers for the War. And the blood on the street got no mention either. If he ever believed the news reports before, he didn't believe anymore. Peter's good friend Alexei on a farm south of Moscow, a friend from childhood, had a radio, struggled in from a trip from Lithuania some years ago. Peter paid him a visit, rode the bus. The trip was out of angst over his son, who was all he had left in the world. Alexi's radio was a shortwave. They listened to the Voice of America reporting, claiming that the war was going badly for the Russians, with 500,000 Russians as casualties. Peter went to the bathroom sick with worry. In a time of distance and dispute, we Americans have elected, during our 4-year fracas of elections, the current president. Told everyone he was going to be a dictator on his first day, so the days that followed were the same as that. Most of the nation did not realize it. It is not enough to write more often. It is enough to write unrelenting pieces, to capture the mind's eye, tweak the presence of the visions, the already existing pictures in the readers and listeners. We Americans hold freedoms dear, and all of our American ideals are being challenged. How long will poetic forums last under a dictatorship? Talk about censorship. Let's not leave it there. Talk about corruption. A government bought by the largest political contribution ever made in the history of the United States. Challenging law firms to toe a line, unconstitutional acts, Congress simply absent of morals, having replaced them with promises of dollars, the powerful dumping on the needy, the weak, putting more power and money into the pockets of those addicted to money. Our National Guard and 700 Marines trained for combat, ordered to an American city, unasked for by the governor of California or the mayor of Los Angeles. All this in a time of supposed peace, with the January 6th insurrectionists in full face masks posing as members of ICE. Grabbing pregnant mothers and 4-year-olds off the street, along with guys looking for day work at Lowe's. And with less than 1% of the city having rioters and pillagers, otherwise a pretty normal day throughout the rest of the city. Except for the Marines, of course, who likely not one of them wanted to be there. Trained for hot wars to protect Los Angeles and the rest of America, but ordered from the president. This is the sort of thing that happens in a dictatorship, the sort of thing unwelcome in our land of the free. A dictator addicted to power, lusting for more and more and more. Remember Peter? He lives in a nation gone awry, a nation whose direction America is headed towards. Remember 1968? The country was in turmoil. Our country. Dr. King was assassinated. Robert Kennedy, too. The hot war in Vietnam, protesting, costing 58,344 American lives when it was done. The people were standing up and speaking out against the injustice of the time. It is time to stand up now. Stand up for your right to be in a poetic forum, remembering what we Americans may have forgotten. The freedom that we have has never been free. Thank you for listening.
So you need lots of gumption to express, whatever that's there in your heart, directly or indirectly. Roy, absolutely, that requires a whole lot of strength and courage. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. It was Ray.
Thank you all for having me. I appreciate it. I know that was long, but it's something I just needs to be out there as far as I'm concerned. Thank you all.
Thank you. No, not at all. I need not to express sorry or whatever it is, but yes. Please welcome Devendra KC, Mr. Devendra KC.
Good evening. Namaste from Nepal. Ray from Colorado presented a poem about two big countries, America and Russia. But I'll try to talk about my country, a poor country in the world, an underdeveloped country. And the young generations are leaving this country for the job opportunities, and their dream is America. And he told about the America now. And the living abroad becomes a status symbol in a country like mine. So looking at that subject, I have written a small poem. It might not be in a poetic sense, but I will try to read it. Modern life. Young generations at urban areas today knows drinking water comes from the taps, milk from dairy, and food from the grocery shops. Ready-made foods and junk foods from restaurants through mobile apps. Traveling only by vehicles or aircrafts, forgetting all kinds of local foods grown by their own physical work, busy with the daily schedule without any time for their own parental support, hanging with cell phones, gadgets, and friends to whom they think as work, far from all proud historical events, running with very sophisticated machine-made elements, unable to respect and follow own culture, those have very genuine means, feeling shy to use their native language and costumes, using international language and living at and traveling abroad as their prestigious status teens. Governments are asking for birth control. High status people's hiring surrogate mother for the baby show. Neither introduction nor any support, even from the neighbor living next doors, giving time to the pet dogs, even more than their old and disabled souls. Machine life become a modern day life for which they forgot friends and families. Urbanization brought men in alarming situations, but they think it as their dignities. That's why a well-known sire from India, I love him much, Mr. Munabbar Rana says, मंजिल करीब आते ही एक पांव कट गया मंजिल करीब आते ही एक पांव कट गया चौड़ी हुई सड़क तो मेरा गांव कट गया Thank you very much.
It's a very thoughtful presentation. It's become mechanical and machine and life, as you said. Thank you. That was so humble, as you present your verses. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Mr. Devendra KC. Please welcome Mr. Mrinal Kanti Ghosh. Mr. Mrinal Kanti. Mr. Mrinal Kanti Ghosh. Please unmute your mic.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir. Please.
I am reading my two little Bengali poetry, including English translation. রাত্রির অন্ধকারে তুমি নামো তুমি এলে জীবনের মানে হয় অন্য কোনো এখনো গভীর রাতে নিশিথিনী ডাকে সেই কবেকার ফেলে আসা দিন জীবনের রঙে মেশা সময়ের গান ঘাসফড়িং বাতাবি লেবু মাটির ঘ্রাণ মুদিয়ালি চোখ এখনো তোমার কাছে পাই তার মানে Swiftly as we advance through the sets of night, another life unfolds and calls out the names lost in the past. Those merry moments, the color and the fur of butterflies and of melons mellow in meaningfulness. My second poetry. ভালোবাসা নদী হয়ে নিচে নামে সময়ের কাছে সে কোনো এক সুপ্ত সকাল মুখোমুখি বসে থাকে সঙ্গোপনে দেখা হলে চোখে তার বৈশাখী মেঘ নামে ভালোবাসা নদী হয়ে নিচে নামে The morning sleeping still like a river with a secret torrent sweet your love descends on me and time in no measure flows Thank you, Prasanna ji. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Excellent, sir.
Thank,
Excellent, excellent. Thank
thank
you
you
for
so much.
reading out and sharing
Thank you.
the additional poem as well. Please give a round of applause. I
খুব
like
ভালো,
it.
খুব ভালো, খুব
Thank you.
ভালো।
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Short and sweet, always. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik. Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik.
Good morning, good evening, friends. I am going to present a poem on Lord Jagannath. Title is Golden Attire, the Explorer of Miracles. Golden Attire, the Explorer of Miracles. Today, Lord Jagannath has got special ritual Shunabes that he is bedecked as an emperor with gold jewelry. Today, Lord Jagannath has got special ritual Sunabes that he is bedecked as an emperor with gold jewelry. My poem runs like this. In the sacred town of Puri, India, amidst fervor of Rath Yatra festival, lies moment of divine splendor, Jagannath Sunabes. In the sacred town of Puri, India, amidst fervor of Rath Yatra festival, lies moment of divine splendor, Jagannath Sunabes. Its Sunabes evening brings Lord Jagannath in so close, intimate. I stared him unblinking, became mad with joy, getting fragrance. Its Sunabes evening brings Lord Jagannath in so close, intimate. I stared him unblinking, became mad with joy, getting fragrance. Feel Lord's blessings for golden period ahead to enjoy. Garden of Eden, the symbolic space of perfect harmony, peace and purity. Feel Lord's blessings for golden period ahead to enjoy Garden of Eden, the symbolic space of perfect harmony, peace and purity. I garnered most is this seed of wish, and dear, hold close to fragrance of Lord, for I know this only matters, then chaos withdraws. I garnered most is this seed of wish, and dear, hold close to fragrance of Lord, for I know this only matters, then chaos withdraws. Perhaps it is the arrival of golden period in our life where cuckoo spreads its songs on heads of green leaves, grasshopper lets its songs. Perhaps it is the arrival of golden period in our life where cuckoo spreads its songs on heads of green leaves, grasshopper lets its songs. The air stirs good to us, the bell rings, the bright moment arrives that suggests a state of being relaxed, free from worry and stress. The air stirs good to us, the bell rings, the bright moment arrives that suggests a state of being relaxed, free from worry and stress. Rendition is ended. Thanks, dear poets. Happy Rath Yatra.
Happy Rath Yatra, ma'am. Very auspicious days these days. So all the blessings to you and all the divine, shower of, God's wishes should be, like positivity spread and peace reigns. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for spreading the so beautiful spiritual aspects. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik. Please welcome Dr. Molly Joseph.
Hello, dear friends. Greetings from India, Kerala. I was missing you all for a long period, I believe. But it was an absence with a reason because I was on a 12-day European tour, rubbing against the world. While on one side, because it was through Qatar, we had to make the transit to France and all those places. That was the worst time when missiles were having their play. Iran throwing missiles and America intervening. You know, the kind of war crazy situation. You doubt and you are confused whether the flights will be delayed and all that. Somehow, it turned out in our favor because on those stipulated days, it was less. But there was trepidation with this war-torn world and war-crazy nations. As Ray was putting it very fine, it was like a hands-on experience about the uncertainty that looms over our lives. And traveling around, seeing different nations, persons, personalities, places, resonant with culture, with history. I was just thinking, what is all this bullshit effort all about? This dominance, man grabbing that, getting power, money, whatever. And ultimately, it's only skin deep, our kind of difference. Whether you are an Iranian, whether you're an American, whatever. And how we mess over all this. That thought was deep rooted in me. Dears, there is enough food for me to write for the coming days. Every travel inspires me with newer insights. But a kind of generalized condensing of it in a poem I am presenting to you. Okay. I hope my voice is clear enough, isn't it? President?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Rubbing against the world. My European trip 2025. A rare trip spanning out Europe, much awaited after a lapse of long, long years. A locale where the sun is reluctant to leave nature and go into hiding, waiting long, long, even after eventide. You know, by 10 o'clock Indian time, it will be full sunshine outside. That was the kind of situation. Yes. Same with my spirits. Wonder how age, fatigue, handmaids to each other, tussle with eagerness to devour the world in fervor undiminished, ferreting out venues anew. You know, I was traveling with a kind of a repaired leg, dragging my leg, as you all know. But I wanted to make it. Yes. Spirits insurmountable spur up the drooping mood, marking moments etched in time. What more fulfilling than rubbing against the world? Within your tiny eyeball, all fall, sights, sounds, faces, places. The varying cults and credos, the smell of each part of the earth, all sediment. The grandeur of Paris that struts with elan, housing the best in art, architecture, painting, fashion, and designs trendy. Belgium, how well you keep history in mapping yourself in the time-old mansions, monuments. How your fields still enshroud the skeleton of thousands of those army men with whom Napoleon encroached with his entourage, making camps. the poor army men fighting, starving, suffering. A gruesome part of history, long, long back, but the remnants remain. Still the farmers struggle while they cultivate. Bonds do come up. We visited that particular village in Waterloo, where collecting all these bonds, they have made a big thing as memorial in memory of those hapless soldiers whom a very power crazy, whatever you may call, the kind of person we lionize as Napoleon was doing. But what was the extent of the suffering? Still living remains are there. That is called the village of bonds. How human remains, skeletons defying time pop up as the farmers dig and plow. Netherlands, Amsterdam, how you breathe in and out, a culture nurtured on fine balancing, growth, and environmental upkeep. I marveled at it, how they keep that sense of balance. Sweet Switzerland, Zurich, thy serene green grazing grounds, boulevarded by well-trimmed coniferous trees, the snowy peaks kissing heavenly skies that descend. The clear waters of River Rhine that flow through Lucerne, beneath the Chapel Bridge, enrich worlds far and wide. Liechtenstein. I want to highlight that, my dears. It's a rare kind of a small state, but how well people live peacefully. Liechtenstein, you overwhelm me with the pristine, negating the complexities offered by tech-driven compulsions of modern-day growth. How, as a unique state, you show how mankind can live a full life, sans skyscrapers, and thus to outsmart, wielding moneyed power and monkey race for dominance. It was an exemplary state with just 40,000 people. A vast stretching vineyards and farm fresh oranges and apples. How well you house a habitation, not greedy to grow out nature. Yours a paced, slow, measured magnificence of serene living between mountains and plains, wafting in the symphony that transcends time. Yours a contentment divine with values of kingship still held in respect, governance smooth flowing in democratic grooves of public support and discipline. This short tenure of life, how you cherish its sweet significance on earth. How nature turned alluring in Austria and spread stirring spirits as it made its way through chestnut-fringed roads to olive trees with branches bowing welcome. How life flows in Germany, Stuttgart and Cologne exude an aura, an amalgam of fine faith, the spiritual in flesh and blood, incarnate in action. Swarovski, the crystal magical world of wonders. Venice, thy waves tide in and out over my sweeping shores of memory. How your medieval architecture decked thy time-old buildings which housed Michelangelo, Rembrandt. The gondolas that straddle between narrow backwaters, smelling the gold in the old. See, I'm not boring you, just 2-3 states only, otherwise I won't do justice. The slanting pizza of Italy waved us into Italy towards Italy, the spiritual abode. Bliss was said to walk through the lanes where Saint Francis went barefoot, hugging poverty, disease, tending, nursing. The aura of Saint Anthony and his precious remains in Padua. The divinity of Vatican scepter cross, cleansing blotted cells. Last part. Beyond the skin-deep difference, mankind all the same, hearts melting on common grounds of love, caring. Each face bespoke a kinship common. We laugh, shout, cry, and hug. Our hieroglyphics essentially the same. They fall with a thud. Memory fleeces on floors of my consciousness and resonate. The memory cells shudder, storing them up. Life, in your measured pages, my interregnum, my allotted share here I mark, leaving behind the footprints of my fumbling steps. May the traces be like the tangerine trails of a rainbow that spreads beyond mounds, over the meadows, and the fathomless oceanic depths, imbibing the vibes of man, his resilience irresistible. Thank you, dears. It is pretty long. I hope I was not taxing your patience. Thank you.
No, that is very important, when we try to express things that are not concise, not be able to concise. So it is pretty much natural. So like Levi and you so beautifully justified with your extension of that. So it is not like patience or bearing. It is like how you build it up. Thank you, Dr. Lumali Joseph. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was
Thank you, dear.
brilliant. Please welcome Isaac Cohen. Isaac, or else please welcome Dr. Miss Shobha Deshpande. Miss Shobha Deshpande.
Namaskar.
Namaste, ma'am.
Sat Sri
कैसे हैं?
Akal. Good evening, good afternoon, सब कुछ. प्रसन्ना को स्पेशल थैंक्स एवरी संडे करने के लिए. मैं आज तेलुगु का बोलूंगी. वेग विलापम. हेलमेट के ऊपर बोलूंगी. హెల్మెట్ పెట్టుకోక టెంకాయ పలిగిపోతుంది ప్రాణాలెగిరిపోతవి హెల్మెట్ పెట్టుకోక ప్రాణాలతో నీవెప్పుడు చెలగాటమాడకు ప్రాణాలతో నీవెప్పుడు చెలగాటమాడకు ఫోన్లలో మాట్లాడుతూ వేగంగా నడుపకు ఫోన్లలో మాట్లాడుతూ వేగంగా నడుపకు త్రిబుల్ సవారి నడిపితే బ్యాలెన్స్ తప్పిపోతది హెల్మెట్ పెట్టుకోక టెంకాయ పలిగిపోతది ప్రాణాలెగిరిపోతది హెల్మెట్ పెట్టుకోక చాలాన్లు పడతావని గల్లి తిరగకు చాలాన్లు పడతావని గల్లి తిరగకు న్యాయంగా నడిపితే పోలీసోళ్ళు పట్టుకోరు న్యాయంగా నడిపితే పోలీసోళ్ళు పట్టుకోరు లైసెన్స్ ఉన్నచో భయం ఎందుకు నీకు హెల్మెట్ పెట్టుకోక టెంకాయ పలిగిపోతది ప్రాణాలెగిరిపోతది హెల్మెట్ పెట్టుకోక తల్లిదండ్రుల ఆశలకు వమ్ము చేయకు తల్లిదండ్రుల ఆశలకు వమ్ము చేయకు అందరి జీవితాలను కాపాడడం నేర్చుకో అందరి జీవితాలను కాపాడడం నేర్చుకో మంచి మార్గదర్శకుడిగా పేరును తెచ్చుకో హెల్మెట్ పెట్టుకోక టెంకాయ పలిగిపోతది ప్రాణాలెగిరిపోతది హెల్మెట్ పెట్టుకోక చేతులొదిలి నడుపుతూ గాలిలో తేలకు చేతులొదిలి నడుపుతూ గాలిలో తేలకు అట్టహాసం చేస్తూ వేగంగా నడుపుకోకు అట్టహాసం చేస్తూ వేగంగా నడుపుకోకు నిదానమే ప్రధానమని జీవితంలో తెలుసుకో హెల్మెట్ పెట్టుకోక టెంకాయ పలిగిపోతది ప్రాణాలు ఎగిరిపోతది హెల్మెట్ పెట్టుకోక ఎర్ర సూర్యుడు కనిపించితే బండి ఆపడం నేర్చుకో ఎర్ర సూర్యుడు కనిపిస్తే బండి ఆపడం నేర్చుకో ఆకుపచ్చ కనిపిస్తే మెల్లిగా నడపడం నేర్చుకో ఆకుపచ్చ కనిపిస్తే మెల్లిగా నడపడం నేర్చుకో అందరి గుండెల్లో అందరి గుండెల్లో చిరస్థాయిగా నిలిచిపో హెల్మెట్ పెట్టుకోక టెంకాయ పలిగిపోతది ప్రాణాలు ఎగిరిపోతది हेलमेट पेटुकोक ये परसों गौरा रेड्डी बुलाए थे 30 बड़े बड़े कवियों को तो हेलमेट के बारे में लिखो बोले थे इसलिए हमने हेलमेट के बारे में लिखे आपके सामने प्रस्तुत किए
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. That was really how important it is to have a helmet while driving the scooter. So that is about, and the safety precautions.
పలిగిపోద్ది కదమ్మా పగిలిపో
పగిలే
అది కరెక్ట్ పదం పలిగి కాదు
పలిగి
పగిలిపోతుంది
అది వినబడ్డ
పలిగి కాదు పదము రూపము పగిలిపోవటం పలిగిపోవడం కాదు పగిలిగా ముందుకు పగిలి మీరు పలిగి అన్నారు మీరు 4 సార్లు పలిగి అన్నారు
ఓకే
థ్యాంక్ యూ
ఎలా వచ్చింది సార్ రాధా సార్ ఎలా వచ్చింది చెప్పండి
కాదు తర్వాత ప్రాణాలు పోతది అన్నారు ప్రాణాలు అన్నది బహువచనం పోతది అన్నది ఏకవచనం అట్లా సమన్వయం చేయకుండా చేయకూడదు
అంటే అట్లాని కాదు పగిలి అంటే మొన్న ముగ్గురు కూర్చొని ముగ్గురు ప్రాణాలు ఒకటేసారి పోయినాయి
పగిలి అనాల పలిగి కాదు
పగిలే అన్నా నేను పగిలే వినబడి
మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి రికార్డు చూసుకోండి మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి
ఓకే
signal sound sound transmission. So anyways, that was on the helmet, importance of helmet. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Miss Shobha Deshpande. Please welcome Mr. Manohar Enam.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Good evening to all. Good evening to Prasanna sir. Yeah, this is Manohar Ennam. My title, Ideal Admins of the Past, Dramatic Admins of the Present. Once upon a time, this country lived in slavery under the foreign rule. Today, country is suffocating under the oppression of its own people. Once upon a time, the whole of country was chained and captive with the slogan, one for all. Today, society is living diverted and discriminated against. Once upon a time, intellect fought for freedom and independence. Today, expensive freedom and independence have turned into arrogance of power. Once upon a time, leadership fought for equality. Today, inequality is causing turmoil among the people. Once upon a time, sovereignty was for a people. Today, sovereignty belongs to politics. Once upon a time, legislative assemblies worked for collective responsible and welfare. Today, debates in legislative assemblies lacks discretion. Once upon a time, political power was for the welfare of the people. Today, politics are filled with chaos. Once upon a time, political affairs were based on collective decision. Today, political affairs are disorganized. Once upon a time, politics respected the words of opposition leaders. Today, politics involves mutual mudslinging. Once upon a time, politics mean the efficient functioning of progress. Today, politics mean using the people's side as a pretense for theft. Once upon a time, the path of non-violence was followed for peace and security. Today, peace and security are scarce, and people incite one another. Once upon a time, the country, fraternity and unity were on the rise. Today, the country, unity and integrity are declining. Thank you, giving this great opportunity to
Excellent,
express my
excellent.
views
So
on in front of
so
over the poets and poetess. Thank you, Prasanna sir, especially thank.
succinctly you put across your viewpoint so beautifully well, so beautifully you put across your viewpoint so beautiful. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Very clear, very precise, beautiful. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Manohar. Please, Mr. Manohar, please welcome Dr. Mr. Shyamaprasad Patnaik.
Good evening, dear friends. Thank you, Prasanna, for inviting me to recite my poem on this platform. The poem which I am going to recite is having the title, I Shall Sing Like Bard. The title is I Shall Sing Like Bard. And here it goes. Dawn to dusk, I continue to sing glory of ravishing nature. I hail through prayers relentlessly in praise of Supreme Creator. Multihood blossoms, fragrance flows through reeds of my whispering chords. My emotional tunes intertwine with earthy scents of monsoon's petriture. Unheeded about people who listen me or not doesn't matter. I continue to sing a symphony of love, fraternity, and humility. My songs should boast of nature's splendor and elegant serenity. Singing like skylark, I shall soar high above blue empyrean. Like dove, I sing song of peace, harmony, and humanity. Like nightingale, cooing on lakeside garden, cherry blossom beneath moonshine. And that is the end of my recitation. Thanks for watching this.
So sweet and crisp, beautifully, alienated. I could say that. It's beautiful, beautiful, so sweet. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Mr. Shyamaprasad Patnaik. Please welcome Isaac Cohen. Isaac, please turn on your mic. Okay, let's go across to Dr. Radhashri. Please welcome Dr. Radhashri.
Namaste, my dear Prasanna. I am very much thankful to you for giving me this opportunity. And today I will render a poem, Vidvaddahana Vatika. You might have seen Vidyuddahana Vatika, but this is Vidvaddahana Vatika. నాగరికతకు నిలయమైన నగరంలో 4 చెరగులా క్షణక్షణం జరుగుతుంది సామూహిక శవదహనం. కీర్తి కోసం ఆర్తితో అంగలార్చే ఈగలు పొగడ్తల శ్లేష్మంలో పడిపోతాయి. అనర్హులకు వందలాలు ఆహ్వానించి అరచేతిలో వైకుంఠం చూపించి అలరిస్తాయి. అందం వతికిన మాటలు అందుబాటు రేటులో ఉంటాయి. ప్రతిభను పాలిటిక్స్ గబ్బు మబ్బు నిర్ధనత యవనిక వెనుక దాచేస్తుంటే అసహ్యమైన కృత్రిమ ప్రభ అందరి పండకు అరులు చాస్తుంటే వాడిపోయిన దండ మెడను కరుస్తుంది. కదిలే కబళేబరాన్ని కలర్ఫుల్ షాలు కౌగలించుకొని వేషాలు వేయిస్తుంది. పాటలు లేని వాణ్ణి విశారదుడని వచిస్తూ మాటలు రాని వాణ్ణి ఉపన్యాసకుడని భజిస్తూ నిరక్షర కుక్షులు నిరంతరం తమలాగే అక్షింతలై వర్ధిల్లమని నిత్యం చల్లే అక్షింతల పసుపులో నిజాయితీ నిండుకుంటుంది. సంతాప సభలో పెడుతో అవార్డులతో దండుకునే యత్నం ద్విముఖ వ్యూహం ఆ కీర్తిశేషుల ఆత్మలను పిండేస్తుంది. ఆ ఆత్మలను గుండెలను మండిస్తుంది. జ్ఞాన శూన్యుణ్ణి జ్ఞానపూర్ణుడని చేస్తున్న సంబోధనలోని ధ్వని తెలియనీయకుండా రణగొణ ధ్వనుల మధ్య చేతి ముద్రల వ్రాలు వైటుతో వచ్చినటువంటి ప్రశంసాపత్రం సమాధి ఫలకంలా మెరుస్తుంది. మనసును మరో లోకంలో వివరింపజేసే కల్చరల్ కన్యామణుల కల్చర్లెస్ వల్చర్లు కళా కవేళాలలో ఖండ ఖండాలుగా చేసి ఖండ ఖండాలకు విసిరేస్తాయి. ఒక్కో వధను జ్ఞాపికగా మారిన ఒక్కో కొయ్య ముక్క నెమరు వేయిస్తుంది. కళా ప్రపంచాన్ని జ్ఞాన భస్మపేటికగా మార్చే ఈ విద్వద్దహన వాటికలో, ఈ సామూహిక శవ దహన ప్రక్రియలో కళాకారుల దుఃఖానికి తెగిపోతాయి కట్టలు, కళావంతుల ఇనస్పెట్టెల్లో నిండిపోతాయి నోట్ల కట్టలు. మీన్స్ ఓన్లీ artificial poetry, artificial things are glowing. Real poetry has taken a back seat. This is the meaning of this poem. Daily this is going on in each and every platform, because the real poetry people have forgotten. Only things which are glittering, that was only coming. That's why with a pain I have written this poem. Thank you.
That is very much appreciated, sir. It's very much appreciated to come with such a kind of poem. The anger, honest poem. I would say that, expression, honest expression. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends.
Thank you.
Please welcome Miss Saraswati Pushpa.
Good morning, good evening, namaskar, sat sri akal, adab, salam to everyone. Nice listening to everyone. Thank you so much, K. Kumarji, for this opportunity. So I'll go with one of my poem. The title of my poem is Those Jovial Days. Those jovial days revived me like a flashback in one blink of sight. Those jovial days revived me like a flashback in one blink of sight. Whole life spent in the town, whole life spent in the town, 28 years went. Many merrymen's happiness, success and fall. Merry men's happiness, success and fall. Many get-togethers, many tiny pains, many alluring sights. Some taught me and some learned from me the ways of life. Many get-togethers, many pains, and many alluring sights. Some taught me and some learned from me the ways of life. But one thing I found, no one was mine. But one thing I found, no one was mine. I was no one to anyone. I was no one to anyone. Only till the verses and the glory. Only till the verses and the glory of connection is yours. They are yours. Only till the verses and the glory of connection is yours, they are yours. You are the only and lonely in the spheres. You are the only and lonely in all the spheres. Only your attractions, your warmth, desire. Only your attractions, your warmth, desire to touch those hearts. Do they remind you again? Do they remember you again? You are lonely in all the spheres. Only your attraction, your warmth, desire to touch those hearts. Do they remember you again? I remember those jovial days. I remember those jovial days and revived my sight. Thank you so much. This was my poem. Hope you like it.
Thought-provoking and
thank you.
Very touching piece, I would say.
Yeah, actually, this feeling came to me. I went to my town back because where I lived for last 28 years, and After moving from there, from after 1 year, I went there. So I found everything changed. People change. They like if you are in touch with them, you can be in touch with them. The warmth is the similar. But once you get, separated, they all get separated. And these were my real feelings, which I went through, and I poured for on this
That
verses.
is something
Thank you. Yeah,
natural
thank you.
happening
Hope you
to
like it.
all the
Thank you so
people.
much.
Thank you, and
Thank you so much.
beautifully.
Thank you.
Nice. Please welcome. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Isaac Cohen. Isaac, where are you? So, anyways, please welcome Miss Satinder Kaur.
Good evening, Prasanna ji,
Hi, what?
and all the
Is that-
esteemed poets here. आज जो मैं कविता सुनाऊंगी हिंदी में है और वो है सुंदरता के बारे में कि सच्ची सुंदरता हम किसको मान सकते हैं कि सुंदरता सिर्फ चेहरे पर ही नहीं, सुंदरता एक बहुत गहरी चीज है, तो हम उसको कैसे समझ सकते हैं। तो मेरी कविता सच्ची या असली सुंदरता के बारे में। आज जब हम सुंदरता की बात करते हैं तो क्या हम केवल चेहरे की चमक को ही सुंदरता समझ लेते हैं? तो क्या हम केवल चेहरे की चमक को ही सुंदरता समझ लेते हैं या उस रोशनी को देख पाते हैं जो भीतर से आती है, या उस रोशनी को देख पाते हैं जो भीतर से आती है बिना शोर किए, बिना दिखावे के। सौंदर्य सिर्फ वो नहीं जो आईने में दिखता है, सौंदर्य सिर्फ वो नहीं जो आईने में दिखता है, सौंदर्य वो है जब तुम थकी हुई हो फिर भी किसी और के लिए मुस्कुराती हो, सौंदर्य वो है जब तुम थकी हुई हो फिर भी किसी के लिए मुस्कुराती हो, सौंदर्य वो है जब तुम सच बोलती हो चाहे वो कितना भी कठिन हो, चाहे वो कितना भी कठिन हो। जब तुम्हारा दिल दूसरों के लिए धड़कता है तब तुम सबसे ज्यादा सुंदर हो, जब तुम्हारा दिल दूसरों के लिए धड़कता है तब तुम सबसे ज्यादा सुंदर हो। दुनिया बदलते ट्रेंड्स से भरी हुई, दुनिया बदलते ट्रेंड्स से भरी हुई है, हर दिन दिखाता है कई नए रूप, कई नए आदर्श, हर दिन दिखाता है कई नए रूप, कई नए आदर्श, लेकिन एक चीज है जो कभी पुरानी नहीं होती, एक चीज है जो कभी पुरानी नहीं होती, वो है तुम्हारा चरित्र, तुम्हारी ईमानदारी, तुम्हारा साहस, तुम्हारी दयालुता, यही सब तो असली श्रृंगार है, यही सब तो असली श्रृंगार है। तो जब तुम अगली बार खुद को देखो आईने में तो और आगे देखना, तो जब अगली बार तुम खुद को देखो आईने में तो और आगे देखना, उस आत्मा को देखना जो हर कठिनाई में भी मुस्कुराना जानती है, जो हर कठिनाई में भी मुस्कुराना जानती है, जो अंधेरे में भी उजाला बनती है, जो अंधेरे में भी उजाला बनती है, क्योंकि असली सुंदरता चेहरे से नहीं आती, क्योंकि असली सुंदरता चेहरे से नहीं आती, वो तो जीवन जीने के तरीके से झलकती है, वो तो जीवन जीने के तरीके से झलकती है। और तुम उस सुंदरता की जीती जागती मिसाल हो और तुम उस सुंदरता की जीती जागती मिसाल हो। थैंक यू।
एक्सेलेंट, वाह, बहुत उम्दा पेशकश, क्या बोले उसको, बहुत खूब मैम, बहुत खूब, बहुत वेरी नीट एंड वेरी क्लीन।
बहुत सुंदर, बहुत बहुत ही बढ़िया आपने, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत ही सुंदर।
थैंक यू जी, थैंक यू।
वेरी नाइस, रियली।
सुंदरता
दिल
का
की
असली
सुंदरता,
रूप बताएं।
सारी
कविता मैम।
ब्यूटी को आपने बाहर ले आई। दिल की सुंदरता जो होती है सबसे बेस्ट सुंदरता।
बिल्कुल,
बहुत
आपने बड़े
सुंदर
सुंदर
कविता
से,
मैम।
बहुत बढ़िया।
बिल्कुल, आपने बहुत अच्छे से प्रेजेंट किया कि सुंदरता आपके जीवन जीने के तरीके से नजर आती है। हाँ जी, ना कि
सिर्फ
और बाहरी बाहरी
सुंदरता
आडम्बरों
को
से
तो
आपके।
अभी तो उसका एक रख दिया है कि मान के वो सुंदरता वो है जो चेहरे पर है, पर
सही बात है, बिल्कुल ठीक।
असली सुंदरता तो चरित्र है,
बट
जिसमें आप
हाँ,
ईमानदार
जिसमें आप
हो,
नजर आते हैं,
साहसी हो,
बिल्कुल।
दयालु हो,
योर कैरेक्टर इज द
दूसरों
मेन
के लिए
सुंदरता,
और दूसरों के
डेफिनेटली।
लिए जीते हो।
एंड हाउ यू हेल्प अदर्स। हाँ, बहुत सुंदर, आपने इतनी सुंदर प्रेजेंटेशन, बड़ा मजा आया सुन के। थैंक यू मैम, अच्छा
थैंक
लगा, सो
यू,
नाइस, सो नाइस।
आपकी भी बहुत अच्छी थी।
Please give a round of
थैंक
applause.
यू मैम।
Please welcome Isaac Cohen. Isaac. 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 I think he's working, maybe. Isaac, please go ahead. Isaac, please turn on your mic.
Dear Kumar, dear all my friends in the world, Adicon, the future. The water makes the sky fly. My soul hope for the future. And Adicon, love, my darling, you sculpt me. I am reborn. Three. Adicon, the kiss. God, please kiss the poor boy. And something purple. Icon, purple. Purple dance with you over the lake. The black want to come, but your mind closes the door. Stay safe with yourself. Thank you, Icon, Israel.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Isaac. So nice. As I always say, smile and laughing, you know. Thank you. Please applause, my dear friends. I got one piece to talk that goes along with the theme love and intimacy of July's theme, as I announced at the beginning. So maybe that falls in that category. I would love to read these lines. The talk, enjoying enjoying each other presence. The moment of glee fled away by tempestuous misgiving. A mistrust made its mark. What was once called to be the most trusted relationship is now at a stake of coming to terms. A sliver of suspicion made two hearts tear with no tears, burned all that's what we call as beautiful nothings. How much time it takes to break the ties when an array of Doubts penetrate through the minds. They tread a hearty step ahead with a promising future to write the script. The etchings in the realms marred by the mutual distrust, to bear and then continue any relationship. It's an indispensable action to clear away soot that veil the hearts. A detailed talk of clarifications is all the solution that renders to maintain the association. The talk. Thank you. Hope you liked it. Thank you, my dear friends.
Nice poem. Prasanna, very nice poem.
It is going
And-
deep, Prasanna. It had deep.
Yeah.
These days he
Always.
deep.
Always he write deep meaning and deep words. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I look forward your joining next week. Please bring in your friends and please come up with their beautiful poems. So looking forward. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone joining.
Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great poet, great poet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, friends.